Howdy, folks. How you doing? Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't done anything like this for quite a long time. I haven't set up all the camera and all this kind of stuff in the studio for a long time since we used to do our Sunday sessions and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, the reason I'm doing it this time is because we've got a new release coming out very shortly. It's coming out in a couple of weeks' time. It's going to be up on the Stay Up Forever website. For sale, and it is so it's Big Fast Super Buzz. This is the new album by Acerbic. It's a triple pack, and it's a collaboration between Stay Up Forever and Hydraulix. It is obviously a fantastic record. We just couldn't choose between all the tracks. Ant gave us tons of tracks. They were all fantastic. I think the initial idea was we were going to do a double pack and then a sort of vinyl release afterwards, and it sort of started getting a bit convoluted, and then we just decided, oh yeah, fuck it, we'll just do a triple pack instead. So it's really nice artwork as well by Aaron, which is amazing. If you can see that, Big Fast Super Buzz. He's always great. Aaron always does really good artwork, much better than mine. So I'm really happy with it. It's brilliant. Right, so let's crack into it. I was just going to play a few tracks, a little preview from each one, and that's it really. And then you can decide for yourself whether you like it or not, which you will, of course, obviously. But I thought I'd just do it anyway, just because. And Ant's given us a few videos of his own and stuff like that, and we're doing a bit of a promo kind of push on it. It's limited, as you can imagine. It was very expensive to make a triple pack, so please go and buy it because we do need to put some food on the table at some point. And it was pricey, but so hence why we were on black vinyl, not on coloured vinyl. We couldn't do coloured vinyl. It was just pushing it a bit too far. So anyway, what we got? We got the thankfully I've chosen the A side. So we've got the A side. So let's chuck it on the decks and have a listen to it. First track is called An Acid Way of Life. I'm just going to skip through it a little bit, but I'll give you a taster of what it sounds like. You've probably heard Chris playing this at various gigs. He's had the white label of this for quite a while, so he's been caning this. It sounds fantastic in the clubs. I should have some Weetabix really, shouldn't I? Like old Mr. Octagon. I should be in my dressing gown as well, which I'm not. I do have a dressing gown, it's quite nice, but that's another story. Cup of tea. Fucking happening really, isn't it? Screw you on a bit. Tea goes everywhere. Okay, that's cool. Obviously, that's the A1. The A2 is called Into Lagos. Let's check that out. I was just listening to the album earlier and I realised that I've only been playing sort of 2 or 3 of the tracks, which is a bit naughty really. They were the ones that went into the playlist, and this was one of the ones where I thought, oh man, I haven't been playing this, it's really good. Deeper, Chuggy 303. sounds fantastic in the club. It's been cut by Laurie Immersion, obviously. We had to cut it at Kurt Pusher. I was going to cut it, but then actually Laurie will do a better job, really, to be honest with you. So, yeah, it's great sound. Actually, he remastered it a little bit just to get it right for the vinyl. Fantastic. Okay, let's flip it over. It's a really nice mixture of kind of old school sounds, a bit of, all that kind of nice stab sound in there. And all of Ant's productions have this really nice kind of spacey texture to them. I really like it. So that was into Lagos, that's the A2. So let's flip it over and do the B. First track on the B is called Underground Soul, and what we decided to do was we decided to put the more techno kind of stuff on one side of the record and the more acidy stuff on the other side, so it gave you a bit more of an option to play, a techno track and an acid track together, or the techno tracks together, or whatever. So at one point all the acid was going to kind of go on one record and all the techno was going to go on another, and then it just sort of, then I realised, well, actually, you're not going to be able to play, it gives you a little bit more. I think it gives you a bit more scope to kind of, mix it up a little bit more if you're playing it. So here we go. Anyway, this is called Underground Soul. I have been playing this one, actually. This is great. Nice hard techno stomper. Quite possible you're going to see Ant playing in London fairly shortly. Acerbic, as I should call him, as he is now known. For those of you who don't realise, Ant is the guy behind Acerbic. He's also the guy behind Chicago Loop. Made lots of great tracks under the name Chicago Loop and still does. Great, isn't it? Right, so this is Underground Soul, this is the B1, and the B2 is... Whoops. Haha, beautiful. The B2 is Destroyer of Worlds. Destroyer of Worlds, B2. Sorry about the scratch. Oh well, never mind. It's my copy anyway. I've got a vinyl gig coming up. I'll be playing this. Probably just play the whole thing back to back, and that'll be it. No, not really, but I'll play a bit of it. If you're wondering why I didn't use the lever to lift the needle up, real DJs don't use the lever, you use our fingers, man. Just had to get that in there. So this is a rocking kind of tech trance kind of type thing. Really like it. Do the breakdowns. Noise. the A and the B. Let's check out the C and D. Oh, would you believe it? I got the right one again. Right, C and D side, so. C1 is called Acid Overload. Back into more familiar kind of acid techno territory here. Got that nice resonance on the 303, I like that. Right, C2 is high on ecstasy. Slightly deeper again. Squelchy acid this time. And I've run out of tea. It doesn't magically regenerate itself, which is something that we should be working on in the world of technology, really, isn't it? Rather than AI and all that bollocks. We should be working on mugs that regenerate tea. Way better, obviously. Okay, onto the D side. First track on the D side is called I Am Noise. Been playing this one. Love those backward stabs. I do like a good backward stab. You know what I mean? Sounds a bit rude actually, I suppose, but depends where your head is, doesn't it? Like this is great. Nice hoovers in there. First time I ever did a track with a hoover in it was with Tasha Killer Pushies. She asked me if I had any hoovers. and we recorded the Hoover in the studio. It was a Henry Hoover. I've got one over there. I didn't know what she meant. Turned into a really good track actually. Oh, here we go. It's got some wub in it. Everybody loves a bit of wub. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, I've played this a few times, it's brilliant. Goes down really well, sounds great on the dance floor. Right, and the D2 is called Seraphic. Oh, come on, I'm going to have to read it. Seraphic Steps. And I played this one a few times too. Played everything. I must say it sounds exceptionally good in the studio, to be honest. On a good rig, this sounds amazing. On a crappy rig, it sounds amazing too, but crappy rigs always sound a bit crap. So it's really nice to listen to it in the studio. Got this really nice sort of building up, winding up kind of noise. Onto the third and final piece of vinyl in the collection. So that was the D2, that was Seraphic Steps. And the E and F side. What's on the E side? That's what we're interested in, isn't it, really? That's F, that's E. Spirit of Ecstasy. Of course it is. It's the first track on the E side. Would be, wouldn't it? There was a lot of thought went into that. This one's got a really long intro. So I'll let it play for a bit. I don't think I've actually played this yet. I think the long intros put me off once or twice. Not that it's not good, but it's one of the things I think it would be a good, really good starting record. It's got me thinking. There's definitely an orbital kind of 90s electronica vibe going on in there somewhere. Deep and funky. Yep, like this. I'm going to skip it on a little bit. Deep one, Spirit of Ecstasy, first track on the E side, of course. The next one is called Mad Mike's Detroit Mike's Acid Funfair. Detroit Mike's Acid Funfair. Let's check that out, sounds like fun. Yeah. This is the track that I was listening to earlier today actually, and I thought, why aren't I playing it? There you go, brilliant tracks, tucked away in the nether regions of the record. You know, all the discs are just as good as each other. They've all got slightly different vibes, which is really nice. It's a really nicely crafted album, I think. Although I keep thinking it says Big Fat Super Buzz, but there you go, that's just me. There you go, so that's Detroit Mike's Acid Funfair. We'll flip over to the last side, the F side. For the more dyslexic ravers of you out there, you get an F. Oh, never mind. Oh, fucking hell, actually. Special mention to this track. I've actually been caning the hell out of this one. This one's called We Are the Robots. And like I said, things not being... they might seem like they're tucked away, but they're not. This one really is an absolute corker. It's a brilliant track. In fact, I think we kind of had to persuade Anne to put this on because it was in... he gave us so many tracks and there were a few kind of left over. And I was like, oh, man, you've got to put that one on. That's fantastic. So I played it loads. It's brilliant.
Sequence. We are the robots. Sequence. We are the robots. Sequence. We are the robots. Sequence.
I don't know what this voice says, but it sounds something like I'm buying shoes. And this one's got some really good wub in it. like the little pause in the rhythm as well. Really nice. That's not doing it now. They did earlier.
We are the robots.
Right, so that's We Are the Robots, that's F1. And last but absolutely not least, we've got, oh yeah, Bullet for a Vampire. So I really hope that we've spread the tracks out in a sensible way so they can kind of all be mixed together in a nice way. We did think about it and kick them around quite a lot to try and get the playing order right, especially for the vinyl. Most importantly, really, it doesn't matter so much with the digital, you can just play them track by track, but on the vinyl, you're kind of stuck, aren't you? You know, you can't play the A side while you can't mix the A side with the other side of the A side at the same time, unless you had a deck that played both sides at once, which would be interesting, but doesn't exist. Great stuff. Alright, so this is it. Acerbic with Big Fast Super Buzz coming out on Hydraulix and Stay Up Forever Records, SUF Hydro 002. Yeah, I hope you like it. I think it's fantastic. We're all totally super buzzing about it. I've got it upside down, haven't I? I'm an idiot. There you go. Big Fast Super Buzz, Acerbic. Get ready to buy your copy as soon as it hits the shops. See you later.